Yo. What's good? This is Wada, and today I'll be talking about perseverance and patience. It's something that goes with life, cause I get that we get too happy and we get too giddy with things, but the reality of it is just going through it. Like, you can't hop or skip over things. I mean, you can, but it's a bounce with everything, and then it's best just go through shit instead of try to over look it or overindulge into something else, or try to manipulate it. Especially Scorpio season. Scorpio season is like the 8th sign, so what goes comes back to you. So it's best to go through shit, just go through that cycle, and then you learn from it. And then also Scorpio is people saying, oh, Scorpio this, Scorpio that. Scorpio does with wisdom, so you gain wisdom after the situation. But to mainly talk about going through being perseverance through life. You can't be a bitch about things. You gotta go through it, and you can't manipulate things. You can't fake the funk. Just be real with it. And then also talking to yourself, relating with yourself, getting things in order around your environment with the situation that you're in. It helps a lot too. But whatever thoughts and feelings that you have, because these thoughts and feelings, they use as tools. A feeling good energy or a bad energy, you can use these things as tools. But just when you feel overstimulated or whatever, calm your ass down, take a deep breath, sit your ass down somewhere and relax, and then clear your space, because these thoughts and feelings are not yours. But then realize, okay, I know I feel like this, I know I think like this, but I know they are mine. So okay, just go through it. Because that moment when you talk to yourself and you realize that, then the next moment you go on by your day. Because once you put in energy work, the energy is always going to flow and shit like that. And also go with the flow too. But when you put in energy work and shit like that, you notice that, okay, I'm in a different type of space now. So the space is the spirit, and then also the state is your mind, where your mind's at. So what type of state you're in, what type of shit you pay attention to. These thoughts and feelings are not yours. So you get to know, okay, bet. Calm yourself down, talk to yourself, notice these type of energies. Don't be a bitch about them, but just realize them. And okay, then. And then also, the universe and shit like that, it's outside of you, but just how this world try to portray the universe is something external, but it's really internal. You do everything internalized, everything's internal. So however you think or feel is gonna accumulate. And of course, it might not seem like that, because teamwork makes dream work. So whatever type of people that focus on that energy, it will make a macro amount of accumulation of an object or attention, whatever. So everything is internalized, and then also macro. But just know that you put the energy work in, and whatever state you in, whatever is gonna dang. Okay. So what the state that you in right now, that you was getting all frustrated, notice how things change, and that also plays on to what I was talking about, the universe. Everything's micro and macro. So that moment that you talk to yourself and relax and clear your mind, and then you jump into another space, and then you create another state, which is a mind, then you get to see okay, that's how it is. The universe ain't nothing external. Okay, I like that shit. The universe is not nothing external. It's internal. It's like a technology, or a device that you use, or a mechanism. Yeah, it's a mechanism or a device. So you start to play with it, and then you start to see okay, I'm creating the events, I'm creating this, I'm creating that. And sometimes things are out of your control, and that's cool. Everything doesn't have to be in your control, but you should just manage the best that you can. Do what you can where you are, where you at. Don't try to take things overboard, getting too egotistical and shit like that. Because some things you gotta let shit go and die. Some things you gotta manage and shit like that. Because you gotta stand on something. This is the earth realm. So that. And also, just going through shit, just going through that, and then noticing like, okay, I know it's like how this shit's different at this state compared to this state, and then you learn from it. Then you learn about the mechanism, so you add that to your artillery, add that as points, because like knowledge and information, it's like a game and shit like that. It's like points. You collect the points and shit like that, and then like when you go through events, and like you go through events and shit like that, and you gain wisdom, and you like whatever type of situation that seem like it's hard, because like you know how you got those like those dense feelings and those dense thoughts, those are like heavy water cycles, but you going through the experience, and then you gaining information and then wisdom, and then you collect that as points, and then you add that to your artillery. Some people call it Akashic records or this and that, but like, you know, I like to make it really simple, not to get too airheaded or like too la la land, but like Akashic records is real, but like let's come down to earth. Like you add that to your experience, you know, because like once you go through experience, you learn from that experience, and then you go to the next experience, so you won't have to go through that, and then you notice that the pattern, and then you notice that the cycle and shit like that. And then once you go through those dense cycles, you build up strength. So you build up strength for your spirit. So your spirit becomes broader, and then also your mind state. So because like the most people that the people that have strongest mind state goes through a lot of experience. The people that don't go through shit or whatever, they sit inside. They don't jump off the porch and shit like that. They don't know how it is in the real world, or how you perceive the world, because they all program and pander to, and so they don't know how things are. So their mind state is not gonna be strong as the people that go through shit, through the most severe shit, or through like just experiences, you know, jumping off the porch. That's why I like to call it, you know, getting out there, having an open mind, and then also being individual. You jumping off the porch. You're not having no fucking crutch and shit like that. You going through shit. You gotta learn from firsthand experience. And there's nothing wrong with having mistakes or being wrong, and it's not a right or wrong thing. It's how you see things. But just know that like having open mind, closed mind is not good. Having open mind is better than having closed mind. And having open mind is better than closed mind when you go through experience. But just know when you go through experience, when you fuck up, when you think you fuck up, you actually didn't fuck up. Because if you didn't fuck up, you want to learn about your fuck up. Like that's the thing about this world. It's like how the mechanism is. It's like you get those type of train of thoughts where it's like, oh, did I do wrong, or did I do this? Like, no, you didn't do wrong. You went through it. You had to go through that shit. And you go through experience. Don't overthink about the experience. Just go through experience, and then afterwards you do all that type of mathematics and the analytic, and then the statistics and shit like that. But you go through that shit, and you know you build up strength. And I can like relate with that. Ever since I was young, I went through like a lot of bullshit. But then I realized like, man, that shit built me. Like, cause like if I didn't run through that, I want to learn about this. I want to be here right now talking about this if I didn't run through that when I was younger, or like during those stages. And then also shadow work. Shadow work helps a lot, because when you do shadow work, you clarify all those things that you didn't look at, cause it's all points of views and how you look at things. So shadow work really helps with how you look at things, and then it clarifies the ways, and it also opens broader viewpoints, so you can see it this way, and then you get your fucking gems and your coins, and then also you see like, okay, I see this, I see that, I can do this, I can use that, and then thoughts and feelings, and then also the way you see things is also like tools. So you feel like you see, like when you went through that experience, and then you feel like that, instead of like you feeling like that, how you see it, you're like, oh man, fuck that shit. Then you take that, and then you plug into that. It's kind of difficult to explain, because it's in the mental world compared to the earth world. But you know, when you do the shadow work, you know it's like, okay, that's nothing to be fucked up about. That ain't nothing to be being resentful for, or having grudges, or being sad for. Instead of having that feeling, I can plug this feeling in, and then also see, okay, well, I can learn from it. So that's why I kind of mean about like doing shadow work and clarifying and having broader, and then also using these thoughts and feelings as characters and like tools, like a game and shit like that. But yeah, like, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it about like going through life, and then also having perseverance, and then also like, you know, going through the cycles, and then we also in Scorpio month. So like Scorpio, you know, don't hide how you feel, don't hide how you think. Too much thinking is not good. It's about the feeling, the feminine, the vibration. So like manage how you feel, and like whatever type of tough feeling you're going through, just go through it. And then also doing shadow work and like talking to yourself, like be real with yourself, don't hide it. And sometimes the truth does hurt, because the truth only hurts because like it's like facade and like egos, and like you pandering yourself and shit like that. That's the only time when the truth hurts. But like the truth is the truth, you know, you can't hide it. And that's pretty much it for this video. You know, going through events, and also, you know, it makes you stronger. Wherever you're going through that seems like it's tough, go through that. Don't think too much thoughts and feelings, you know, because you don't want to get all too foggy and clouded. But just go through it and learn from it. Instead of being like a bitch, just go through it, and then afterwards, the aftermath of it, you learn about it, and then you're like, okay, I use that, and then I can use that for my artillery, because everything is tools, thoughts and feelings, everything's like tools. Even looking around the earth and shit like that, this wall, this wall's a tool. You can use this wall for many things and shit like that, as a mental state, and then also even making things reality and shit like that. Because, like, you know, you can use this wall to separate things. Use the wall to shield. You can use the wall for anything. Shit like that. But, yeah, that's it for the video.